You know, I think that in a case where it does make sense for old talent to face off against new talent, we got the GOAT. I'm just gonna call him the GOAT at this point in time. The best quarterback ever go against the young GOAT, baby GOAT,
yeah,
Patrick Mahomes. Who do y'all have in the Super Bowl for? Well, I guess it'll be a few days when people hear this.
Old man Tom. I'm going with old man Tom. I'm going with the GOAT. I'm going that he's going to get ring number 7, finish off a historic season, a historic career, and then he's going to walk out on top. And he doesn't need to play for the Buccaneers no more. I'm going with old man Tom.
I think Tom Brady, if Tom Brady wins next weekend or a few days from now, then I gotta say, man, like he will be like the best football player ever. Like, like what else does he have to do? What else does he have to do? He went like they said 10 times to the Super Bowl and won 7 of them. Like, you know what I mean? That's hard to do. Even if his defense won it for him, even if it was coaching, for somebody to do that, that's hard. Balls. Even if he deflated many balls, like that's hard to do, man.
I think Tom. I think when he went to the Buccaneers, I think he just wanted to prove a point. Like I could win without Belichick. And when you see him play, I don't even think he's being coached. He's the offensive coordinator. That's what Tom Brady is. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just think he wanted to prove a point. Like, hey, I could do this without Belichick. And honestly, win or lose the Super Bowl, the argument is over. He did it without Belichick. You know what I mean? He doesn't. Yeah.
With an extremely talented team.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. He didn't have talent with back then either. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of talent on the Bucs.
Now it is. Now it is on offense. But back then when he was with the Patriots, he didn't have any talent. But also to counter that argument, the Bucs were a bad team. They didn't win the Super Bowl since what, 2003?
I'm not gonna go. Right? They weren't like terrible.
They were terrible, Nigel. We're talking about 4 and 5, 4 wins every season. They're averaging 2-3 wins. They were a bomb team. You don't like that? What I mean? So for Tom to hop back in his very first season, yeah, he had a little rocky start, but for him to hop back in his first season, beat the great Drew Brees. He beat Aaron Rodgers, and then now he's going off to, possibly beat the next face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. The guy, he's going to retire on top with 7.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Were the Buccaneers really like 4 and something last year? They weren't.
They were
7-9 last 2019. They were 7-9.
Yeah, so they were like middle of the pack. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like,
but no, that was probably when they were like doing better though.
It's impressive. No, like it's very impressive what Tom Brady did. No matter what. Last year,
so 2018 they were 5-11. Then they were 5-11. They were 5-11 in 2019. They were 7-9 in 2019, and then with Tom being there, they were 11-5.
Hey man, so, sometimes that just happens,
Yeah. God damn, they were they were 5-11 for 2 years straight, 2017 and 2018.
Totally, you, man.
Yikes.
Averaging 4 wins, and they had all that talent, right? No, it's old man Tom. He just
if we're talking about some new talent, we got some talent from. Oh, I'm sorry, Spence. My bad.
Yeah.
I was about to cut you off. My bad, yeah.
Well, I'll just give my prediction. I'm going with Pat. I'll keep it a buck with you. I got a lot of respect and love for Tom Brady. Had some ups and downs throughout the years because of Peyton Manning. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna just go with the Chiefs. And I'm curious to see how this plays out because you're looking at the new versus the old. And at the end of the day, like my consensus, I don't keep up with football as much, but the consensus I always hear when it comes to Pat Mahomes is he makes football look fun again.
Yeah, and it's like Steph Curry.
Exactly. And we're going to see what that looks like against arguably the greatest quarterback of all times, one of the greatest minds of all times in the sport. So I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Here's what I will say.
We can go on to go on to the shit in the back.
Why not? There's another thing I'll say about the game, then I'll move on. Tampa Bay has the better defense, and I will say that if Patrick Mahomes is able to pull this off, then it will be a big thing for him to win 2 Super Bowls in a row. And I don't see anything, away from like stopping him from winning a third. It's going to be hard for him to do it a third time, but it's possible.
The torch will be passed officially if Patrick Mahomes gets it done, which he very likely can. You know what I mean? So that we're talking about the GOAT versus the number 1 quarterback today. So it's a Super Bowl that it has a good story behind it. So definitely tune in.
Absolutely.
But
let us know what you guys think too.